Yankees from being first in the division all the way drop all the way down to third in the division and are now fighting for their playoff lives. But is this a World Series hangover for the Yanks? Alrighty, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the All Around Sports Podcast, where sports are everything on this channel. I'm your host, Antonio. Today, we are talking about the Yankees of baseball. That's right, I'm doing baseball topics, and this one is for all the wrong reasons. The Yankees, after originally being on a 5-game losing streak, have finally ended that streak this past Wednesday in a win against the Rangers 3-2 in the final game of that series. Of course, the Rangers won that series. Still fighting for their playoff hopes also. Now they prepare to take on the Astros in a 3-game series starting on Friday. Of course, they are now fighting for not just a playoff spot, but also for their division. As the Yankees losing skid since the All-Star break has dropped them all the way down to third in the division, only behind their arch nemesis, the Boston Red Sox, and the Toronto Blue Jays, that have actually right now the best record in all of baseball. I mean, where did this team come from? But today I'm going to talk about my pal Steven's Yankees. My pal Steven, in case you don't know, I also cover NFL topics as well, along with live streams. And Steven is the Steeler fan I call during some halftime shows, so that way we can talk sports. Of course, his favorite baseball team is the Yankees because I think his brother is a Red Sox fan, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, Steven. But I'm going to go over all this in just a second. Before we do, if you guys do enjoy this video, do me a big favor and smash like button down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. Yankees. I am actually surprised that they are on this big, massive losing skid. So, in the month of July, they got swept by the Blue Jays, with the Blue Jays posting up a boatload of points. I can't even keep track. They lost their series against the Mets. They swept my Mariners. They lost their series against the Cubs, and then won their series against the Atlanta Braves, and would lose their series against the Blue Jays the following few weeks. Then they would lose to the Phillies, and before they would eventually lose one to the Rays. But how in the world do you lose to the Marlins? Somebody explain that to me. How do you lose to the Marlins? The Florida Marlins, who are in third place, surprisingly. I didn't know they were that high, or else I would have actually had respect for this. But how in the world do you lose to the Marlins? The Florida Marlins, or actually, correction, the Miami Marlins, but they were the Florida Marlins. But to Aaron Judge, he leads the team in batting average. Of course, he hasn't been seen in some time, so that may have something to do with it. Also, he has 37, leads the team in home runs and RBIs, along with every other category on the team. But they have not looked good as well. The only lone home run leader other than Aaron Judge right now is both Cody Bellinger and Grisham. That's it. They have not been that big of a unit as far as hitting. They have been terrible this year. I don't know what's going on, but I think it's some kind of World Series hangover. Because let's look at it this way. They were in the lead of their division, and now they've lost to the Blue Jays, getting swept by them, which they just got done putting up 45 points on the Rockies in their series. But how in the world are you not in the lead right now? The Red Sox, you guys have beaten them for a while, but of course you haven't beaten them. You got swept by them a few months ago before the Red Sox traded away their best hitter to the Giants, but they haven't been doing better since that happened. So maybe something to keep an eye on. But they, in the wild card race, are the third team in that spot, only behind the Seattle Mariners And the only teams that are trailing them right now are the Cleveland Guardians and the Texas Rangers. I'm warning all the Yankee fans right now, especially my pal Steven. There's only a few months left until the playoffs start. We got a month and a half left before playoff season starts. If you miss the playoffs and Juan Soto makes the playoffs, that's going to be a big smear on their entire organization. And I already know Stephen A is not happy about this either, as he always is when it comes to either his Yankees or the Knicks. But let's look at their upcoming series. They got the Astros coming up. They got the Twins afterwards. Then they got the St. Louis Cardinals, the Rays, then the Red Sox in a 4-game series. Then you got the Nationals that have been surprisingly looking actually relatively decent for some games. Then you got the White Sox before you enter into your last month of the regular season. You got to play against the Astros, Blue Jays, the Tigers, the Red Sox again, the Twins, then the Orioles, the White Sox, Orioles again to finish off the season. I am telling you all this right now. They had better not miss the playoffs because I'm looking at the standings right now of the NL of the Mets. They are right now in second of their current division, only behind the Philadelphia Phillies. I am warning everything. I am telling all this right now. If you miss the playoffs, and not only that, Juan Soto and the Mets make the playoffs, it's going to be pandemonium in the Bronx. It's going to be pandemonium. There's going to be riots going on around the city. There's going to be a lot of stuff going on because this is not how the Yankees have envisioned their season. They were envisioned to be a contender. Does probably even the second best team to the Dodgers. And you're telling me that you're third in your division right now and you're on the brink of the bubble? That should not happen if you're the Yankees, the most historic franchise in all of baseball. How in the world are you not doing better? And if they do miss the playoffs, Aaron Boone could possibly get fired because this is getting beyond out of hand. There is no way in a million years you should be trailing to the Red Sox or the Blue Jays. There is no way in heck that should be happening right now. So get your act together, or Boone's going to be out of a job. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Do you guys still believe the Yankees can still make the playoffs? Let me know in the comments what you guys think down below. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, do me a big favor and smash like button down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. Until next time, I'll see you on the next one. Ciao for now.